This is going to be entirely spoiler free. Disco Elysium is just about the only RPG where you can lose an argument with your own brain, spiral out into an existential crisis, and still accidentally solve a murder case while under the effects of drugs and alcohol.
Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage.
See, this game doesn't care if you're a hero, doesn't care if you're really competent, it doesn't really give a fuck. It only cares if you're honest with yourself. This isn't just an RPG, it's a psychological autopsy, and today I'm gonna break down why Disco Elysium is one of the most important role-playing games that's ever been made. It's a isometric narrative RPG. As you can see here, it's basically a lot of voices inside your head talking to you through conversation. These are all of them. These are your stats, your perks. You know, you level up, you put points into these. And each different one is kind of like a different part of your mind, a different part of your brain. There's just dice rolls, and failure a lot of times is just as interesting, if not even more so in some cases. You see, you play a broken detective that's waking up after a catastrophic bender with no memory of who he once was. There's no traditional combat. The only combat is through dialogue checks. Disco Elysium replaces swords and spells with ideology, trauma, and intrusive thoughts, and somehow finds a way to make that fun. So you explore a place called Revachol. You talk to everyone, level up skills that are basically talking to you inside of your head as you're trying to make choices that permanently shape your
character. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says "whirling in rags" on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little thing? Probably not, no. Behold.
This is you, the main character of the game.
It belongs in the new, the 3rd decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
This is one of your thoughts that you can get in this thought cabinet, which these are basically perks. There's a billion of them that kind of control how your character is. You see, leveling up doesn't really make you stronger in the game. It makes the voices inside of your head louder.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is one of the best written games ever. It's almost like you're playing a choose your own, adventure novel, basically. It's very deeply political, philosophical, and deeply human.
Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
You see, it doesn't preach, it interrogates different philosophical and political meanings, such as communism, fascism, capitalism, and nihilism. There's a lot of personal failure here. Your guy's addicted, he's an alcoholic, a lot of regret, and there's a bit of hope. It's rare, but it's definitely there if you're lucky enough to find it. See, Disco Elysium doesn't care what kind of hero you are, it asks what kind of person you're willing to be when no one else is watching you. Complete role-playing freedom, real RPG shit. You can be a genius disaster, a polite wreck, a racist cop. The game will judge you on that.
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins.
You can also be a communist messiah or just painfully sincere. The game never stops you from role-playing, it just makes sure that you live with it. It's got a beautiful art direction, music, and atmosphere, an oil painting aesthetic, very dreamlike with decayed beauty. Looks like a memory that's rotting inside of your mind.
Bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath.
The soundtrack is also a favorite of mine. It's very perfectly restrained, haunting, and a deep melancholy. Revachol feels less like a city and more like a scar that never healed, or like a battlefield still littered with the dead bodies. Let's talk about systems, dice, and failure for a little bit. Embarrassment is rewarded with absolute hilarious scenes that you would never expect. It understands something most RPGs don't. Failure is just as interesting as success. You see, Disco Elysium is not a power fantasy, it's a mirror of who you are and what it means to even ask questions, and sometimes you're not gonna like what it shows you. RPG fans who love Fallout New Vegas, Planescape Torment, and heavy narrative games will fit right in.
Kuno's got this!
Fuck that! Pino, yeah! Right in the mouth-hole!
Shits himself?
Love Kuno, one of the best
The
characters
corpse
in the
looks at
game.
you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
You see, you're basically here to solve this guy's murder, but you're like a washed up, 50-year-old, 45-year-old alcoholic, drug addict detective. If I had to rate this game, this is how I would rate it on different scales. Writing and dialogue, 10 out of 10. Absolutely industry-defining writing and dialogue. Role-playing freedom, I would give a 10 out of 10 as well. Choices matter internally and externally. World building, I would give about a 9.5 out of 10. It's deep, consistent, emotionally grounded, and I absolutely love this world, and I would love another game in this world. character development, I would give about a 10 out of 10 as well. You don't just play a character, you excavate one, you dive deep into this guy's mentality, who he is, and you can kind of do what you want with that and take him in a lot of really cool directions. Gameplay systems, this is probably one of the weaker parts of the game. I would say it's about an 8.5. It's very innovative. It's a lot of talking, basically. There's no real combat. It's definitely not for everyone, but for the people it is for, it's an absolute fucking masterpiece. And player agency and consequence, about 9.5. There's no illusion of choice here. The game remembers everything. Art direction, 10 out of 10. It's instantly iconic. The oil painting aesthetic is fucking gorgeous. I love it. Music and sound design, 9 out of 10. It's subtle, haunting, absolutely unforgettable. Some of my favorite music in video games, mainly because it fits with the aesthetic. It really sets the mood. Replayability, about an 8.5. There are different builds. You can really play the game, about 3 times. I only played it fully once, and I've kind of messed around. This video was me starting a new game. I didn't want to ruin anything for anybody, but it's not extremely replayable. You're not going to play through this game 10 times and it's going to be different every time, but you could play it 2 or 3 times fully. Fun factor, about an 8 out of 10. It's not really fun in the traditional sense because there's not really action or combat. It's really you exploring, kind of fitting the pieces together of this world, while it's really diving into some deep philosophical thought and going into communism and fascism and just, different topics like that. Overall score, final composite, I would give it a 9.4 out of 10. I think this game is an absolute fucking masterpiece. If you love RPGs like Fallout New Vegas and Planescape Torment, KOTOR, Mass Effect, Expedition 33, any of these RPGs, you're going to absolutely love this game. If you enjoy reading, deeply thinking, and feeling uncomfortable, this game is for you. If you want a game that respects your intelligence, challenges your beliefs, and lets you fail in spectacularly human ways, Disco Elysium isn't just recommended, it's absolutely required reading. This game is a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite games ever made. Please go out and buy it. Don't even like and subscribe. Go buy this fucking game. It is fucking phenomenal.